Nine-ball is traditionally a sport for individuals, but there is one event where all that counts is the team. Individuals may yet still shine, but ultimately it's the fate of the team that will determine the destination of the Mosconi Cup. Welcome to London and day 2 of the 2016 Mosconi Cup. With 8 matches already completed, this is the story so far. For the first time, the iconic Alexandra Palace is playing host to the Mosconi Cup. And on day 1, Europe made a great start. After winning the first 3 racks, it was Albin Ocean who wrapped up the match and gave his team an early lead. Next up, the first of the doubles matches. Europe continued their impressive start, forging ahead 2-0. In the third match of the day, reigning MVP Niels Feyen overcame Mike Duchesne to extend Europe's advantage. The fourth match saw Woodward and Bergman keep America's hopes alive with a comfortable victory over Appleton and Shaw. And the fifth and final match of day 1 saw Darren Appleton seeing off his long-standing rival Shane Van Boening to give Europe a 4-1 overnight lead. A great opening day to the 2016 Mosconi Cup saw Europe claim 4 out of the 5 matches played, beginning day 2 with a commanding 3-point lead. With a mountain to climb, the US knew they needed to start well. Unfortunately, the American pairing of Van Boening and Woodward were no obstacle for Feyen and Gray, who increased the advantage to 4. The Scottish rookie Jason Shaw was favoured against the Rocket, Rodney Morris, but the experience of Morris proved the difference as he gained a vital point for the US. 7 matches played, and it was Europe who held a commanding 5-2 lead in the overall standings. But America knew if the doubles pairing of Bergman and Duchesne could continue the momentum built by Rodney Morris's win, they would move to within 2 points of the Europeans. With the match tied at 4-all, we join the closing stages with your commentators Jim White and Jerry Forsyth.
Yeah, play the
extension call.
5 to the 3.
Yeah, put the 5 and the 3 in the cue ball like here.
They're going to call a push, and they're going to tie some balls up
Push.
to try and keep America from being able to run out.
Shot.
That'll work. That makes that 3 ball virtually impossible to pot without moving something around first.
Yes, and at that pace, with that amount of table to cover, that wasn't a gimme. That was delicate, and he played it well.
It was, but America has given the table back, so Europe has to solve the problem that they just created.
Cue ball. Right down here. 1 ball over there.
Looking to hide, but there's no hiding there.
It's your shot.
And now the decision to tie the 3 up has been well and truly vindicated.
I believe Duchesne wants position for the carom. No, that's not there. So he's looking to let the 4-ball hold the 3 there and play a safe.
Extension called. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Quiet down.
Very nice touch there from Mike Duchesne. Now Europe has to kick into this 3-ball.
15.
And they don't want to hit it real full. They'd like the cue ball to escape. Oh, he's made that ball off of a carom that wasn't there. I mean, whoa, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. That's the shot that matches what the Americans did in the rack previous.
I believe in you.
Unbelievable.
Outstanding, but not decisive. More toil to come. As clean as a whistle. What a pot. What a pot from the reigning world 9-ball champion. That tells us the green 6-ball goes past the black 8-ball. Europe in to win. Well, for me, Jerry, this has been the best match of the Cup so far.
This has been extremely entertaining. We've seen one fantastic shot after another. A lot of bravery out there on this table.
Don't call out when they're on the shot, please.
Two balls away, Europe from a 6-2 advantage, and that means they would be more than halfway to retaining the Cup.
And Darren Appleton couldn't hope for anything better than this.
The Potter from Pontefract prevails in partnership with Albin Auschen. What a match, as Jerry said, full of extraordinary shots, and in the end, the point falls to Europe.
A great win for Europe, but a big blow to the US, who fall 1 rack short of claiming their 3rd point and narrowing the gap to 2. Will the Americans be able to pick themselves up and level the session? Let's find out as Justin Bergman returns in singles action against Mark Gray. Commentary from Phil Yates and Jim Weich.
Well, Mark Granite Gray comes into the music solid as a rock. And that's just exactly what Team Europe has been. They seem to have weathered the storm. What a huge point that last match was. And Gray comes out knowing the man who was just at the table, Justin Bergman, stays out. And for me, Phil, slight advantage to Bergman given that very reason.
Yeah, mixed emotions for Bergman. Obviously disappointed with the result of the previous match, but nothing really to blame himself about. I thought he played a really good 9 racks of pool. Just wasn't quite to be.
USA win the lag.
And USA win the lag, as announced by referee Nigel Rees. So Bergman will break. The race to 5, alternating breaks. 6-2 your overall score.
USA to break. Settle down, please. That's enough.
Now, once again,
That's enough, please.
American
Settle down,
hopes
please.
resting on narrow shoulders. One down. Difficult to tell if he's got a shot at the 2 here. You know, just past the halfway point of the Mosconi Cup, Phil, and for me, Bergman has been the best player for America.
Undoubtedly. Playing this with lots of side, but ultimately not quite enough. The harsh fact for the USA is from here to win the cup, they have to win 9-4.
Well, he's fouled the 6 with his shirt. You know, he was a little careless there. Not used to having a referee watching over them, these American players. And not to give him any excuses, Phil, but you don't get many shirt fouls called at tournaments in the U.S.
Be nice and quiet when the players are
But you can see his shirt, it's all over the 6, and Nigel's right behind it, so to get the best view of anybody.
Yes, sloppy. Born, though, out of culture. The culture he's used to.
Amir Pishad, the Navy SEAL that they've brought over. America may have had a better chance if it went hand-to-hand combat.
Maybe he's checking out the scores on his mobile phone, hoping that they're incorrect. Give him a boost.
Well, this foul has certainly opened the door for Gray here.
He's a stalwart of the Euro Tour circuit. He's won multiple titles there in a very tough school, and he's won the first frame here. Mark Gray, a 1-0. Can Europe forge even further ahead?
Welcome back to London's Alexandra Palace for the 2016 Mosconi Cup, where Mark Gray has made the perfect start against Justin Bergman, taking the opening rack after a foul by the American. Gray now breaks in the second. Commentary comes from Phil Yates and Jim Weich.
Mark Gray securing the first rack for Team Europe. The race to 5, looking to increase the lead even further.
Now, how's the break going to hold up?
Ball down. I think the happy story's in there. You can just get through to the left edge of the one, Phil, but doesn't really afford an easy safety option. So Mark's having a look where he can push the cue ball to.
Push out called.
He's got a good tactical mind, as Mark Gray. You're Mr. Poole, Jim, but people forget about you that you got to 2 World Championship quarterfinals in snooker. He's been to a last 32 of a world ranking event, so you know he can wield a cue very well.
Well, the way he's played this here, it's a pretty basic snooker safety, really. You just got to avoid the double kiss, but one back up the middle of the table, try and get the cue ball over towards the 3 and behind it. Well, he's played it a little differently. Oof. Good object ball safety, though. Was always worried about the 1 ball. Flirted with that side pocket, did the cue ball. But I think Justin will happily take that. Now he's got a much tougher safety that faces him. And got away with a miss hit. But again, the initiative lies with Mark Gray here. He can run with the cue ball. He's just looking the path he wants it to take. Bergman will be fortunate if he can even contact this one direct.
Well, the flick off the 4 worked delightfully for Gray.
Once again, nice and quiet when the players are shot. Can't keep telling you.
Well, maybe he got away with that one too. But once again, every chance for Mark to tighten the screws a bit in this rack.
Extension call.
So many options here to play safe, Phil.
And that's why he's taken the extension, just to give himself a little more time to contemplate the choice.
Again, opting for distance as well as cover. And you can see he may even have left that one poking out a bit between these colors.
Well, the gap is there for Gray, but position from 1 to 2, and the pot itself not exactly an enviable prospect.
But a prospect nevertheless. What a shot. Well, how do they feel about it?
And look at the shape on the 2. The angle there to get back for the 3. That could be a rack winner.
Well, it should be. He's given himself every chance to win the rack here with that shot.
He's from Bourne in Lincolnshire. Here's Mark Gray. Home also of a very famous female pool player, Karen Kaur.
Hall of Famer. And he's overhit this. And I promise you, this was not the intended pocket. And that's why the wry smile from Gray. Both players contesting this match, enjoying their 3rd Mosconi Cup. Mark Gray has yet to be on the losing side.
This has been a great clearance.
Granite, Phil. Absolute granite. Some terrific shot making. And in complete control of his nerves is Mark Gray. And now Bergman with it all to do, trailing 2-0 in the race to 5.
Welcome back to London and the 2016 Mosconi Cup. And a short performance by Mark Gray in front of the 2,000-strong crowd packed into the Alexandra Palace has seen him claim the opening 2 racks and heap further pressure on the American team, who, 6-2 down, know every point is crucial at this stage.
Nothing down. The misery continues for Justin Bergman, but he's not left anything easy for Mark. A possibility of a 1-8 combination as we see the dry break again. And I think his body language speaks volumes. No, he's taking no prisoners, is he? Terrific safety shot.
Relentless.
And Justin isn't getting many breaks either, Phil. It looks like this one is available. It's very close. Well, possibly not. No, not at all. So I take that back. Slight reprieve for Justin Bergman. Yeah, Mark didn't want to allow this cushion escape. He wanted to lay on top of the 6. Would have been a much tougher hit.
Well, a clear view at the 1 now. Bergman's not had much quality table time of late. Can he float this one in?
He's giving himself a little angle on the 2. See him kind of just stroking, free stroking like that, just keeping that back arm loose. It was a good shot to get right behind it. He's looking at what he can do from there. Pretty straight. I mean, this wasn't a full pocket on this 4. So he always knew it was going to be tricky.
Extension called.
What a shot. Great shot.
Well, this experience so far for the USA has been pretty dark, but for me, Bergman is a real shining light. Totally justifying his wildcard selection.
Yeah, just 29 years of age, but the experience that he's getting in the Mosconi Cups he's played in. The future of pool in the U.S. Both he and Skylar Woodward, you know you're going to be seeing a lot of these two guys. But a great win, that one for Justin Bergman, still trailing Mark Gray 2-1.
Welcome back to London's Alexandra Palace and the final match from day 2 of the 2016 Mosconi Cup. After a series of safety shots played over the one ball, Justin Bergman eventually claimed rack 3, but Mark Gray still leads the match and has the break in the 4th. Commentary comes from Phil Yates and Jim Weich.
Mark Gray just waiting for the crowd to settle in. Rack number 4. Successful break from Gray, but the cue ball lost. Needed to keep it in the middle of the table. And I don't believe the 2 passes into the side. Mark's had a good look at it twice now.
I think it just does squeeze in, you know.
It does too, Phil. No, has he hit this hard enough? Great shot on the 2, but he's just under hit it. Well, if he can get through to this 4 and make it in the side pocket, he can count himself lucky. Because that one was really in the lap of the gods position on the 4.
Well, he was dicing with double danger there, wasn't he? Wow.
Extension called.
I mean, it's far from easy, but he's definitely got a shot.
Settle down, please.
Great shot again. You know, may not be the most orthodox player that Americans have ever seen with his action, very much from a snooker background, certainly the cue as well. But he doesn't half get results. 6 times a European Tour winner is Mark Gray. And a table with 6 pockets on it, regardless of the size, he knows his way around.
Yes, and this European juggernaut continues to roll. Gray now leads 3-1, 2 more racks required, and Europe will have 7 points on the board. Justin Bergman, what a time to forge a fight back. He's capable, but boy, what a tough ask.
You know, when you're Team USA and you're faced with the daunting prospect of either going to bed 7-2 in arrears or 6-3 in arrears, neither of them look all that fancy, do they?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
And of course, this is the last match of the night, so what we can tell you is that it will continue on this. The last time the USA won a session in the Mosconi Cup, 2012.
Settle down.
Nothing down.
Just to expand on that point, if Gray wins this match, it means that Europe have won 13 consecutive sessions. Not even shared them, won them.
Push out call.
Bergman will have a look at this. Don't know whether he'll be the one shooting it, though. Well, you can color me surprised. This is a tough shot. Not the intended way to play it, but it certainly worked out okay. Mark's going to have to play something very similar. Very thin clip on the one. Again, trying to find cover. And he can use that 5 near the one now. He's got the benefit of using the 5 to keep the one safe. Oh, he didn't quite catch the 5, but this looks pretty useful. Good shot from Justin Bergman there, too.
Tomorrow, the phraseology of our friend Ted Lerner. There's a wall of balls down the middle of this table, right down the spine of it. But all of those to hide behind, and Gray can still see the one directly.
A friendly little touch on the 4 just to make life a little more difficult for Justin Bergman. Yeah, this won the key ball in this rack. Everything else is available. And the chance falls to Mark Gray, but even though the 1 is available, does it come with position to the 2? He's looking at the 1 off the 3 into the middle pocket. Draw straight back. Much more difficult shot on the 1, but it avails position to the 2.
Extension call.
And you know what, Phil? I think it's worth the risk. Beautifully played. Maintaining angle on the 2.
The biggest smile in the auditorium, and there's 2,000 people in there. The European captain, Marcus Schimat, loving every minute.
I'll tell you, the talent that's on the European side, how beautiful is it to captain them. Marcus himself played in numerous winning teams. He's got a heart as big as all outdoors. And he brings that to the table with his side. Well, he can drop below this 5. He's just having a look now to see how he fancies dropping below it to play the 5 into the far corner pocket, bottom right as we speak. Well, he's opted to get above it. This is the big shot right here, Phil. Position from the 5 to the 6. Well, that was risky. He had to hit it hard. It just made the 5 a lot more difficult, and he's still underhit it. What a great effort. Oh, wow, that was lucky. And he knows it.
How bleak is this for the USA? Bear in mind that in the next rack, Gray breaks.
The hill arrives. 4-1, Mark Gray in total control. A dominating performance here to this point. Not much that Justin Bergman can do. You just got to sit back and wait for your chances, but you've got to admire the way Mark Gray is playing.
Absolutely, but in each of the last 2 racks, he's had a little bit of positional luck at just the right time.
No, you're not wrong, Phil. But he certainly has been the better player. You can't deny that either. Here was the 5 that he had to smash in. Doesn't miss many in the open, Mark.
Okay, rack 6.
But Europe is just having way too much fun for Americans to like, believe me. Now they're coming down for a few selfies in the middle of the match.
And autographs as well. That's not the best for focus, is it? Nigel Rees, the referee, ushering them away.
Thank you. Rack 6. Europe to break, leading 4 racks to 1.
Well, still things going Europe's way. Nothing down. All Justin can do is push.
I think that's the 3rd dry break of this match.
I'll tell you what, Phil, I don't remember the last time I saw anybody taking a selfie or signing an autograph in the middle of a match. I really don't.
In fairness to Mark Gray, I think he was a little bit self-conscious. How many times has Justin Bergman found himself hooked, snookered, trapped?
No, he never ever got the controls of this match. A 2-9. A little closer to his work than he would have liked, but this is still on. And even if he misses it, Phil, it should be safe.
You're right, though, Jim. Another inch away from the 2-ball. It would have been so much easier to judge the angle.
The crowd will let you know if he makes it. It is there. What a performance from Mark Gray. 5-1, he takes out Justin Bergman. 7-2, the overall lead now to Europe. Terrific performance. And the momentum stays with Team Europe.
A clinical display of 9-ball from England's Mark Gray has seen him claim a comprehensive 5-1 victory over Justin Bergman and give Europe a sizable 7-2 lead at the end of day 2. With 4 wins out of 5 on day 1 and 3 wins out of 4 on day 2, Team Europe have piled the pressure on a floundering US side and take a 5-point lead into day 3 of the Betfair Mosconi Cup. If the American team are to stage a fight back, it'll need to start soon, as a whitewash from the Europeans on day 3 would be good enough to see them lift the Mosconi Cup for a record 7th consecutive year.